It's for three. You betcha.
The pass to Miller outside three. Good. Big block by Olsen.
Fryer in the paint. Down to Holzer. Left corner three. Bang! Bang! Oh!
Ulster Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
And it is a good Tuesday evening here on the stations of homegrown local radio, R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, on the Gobbler, KKIN, AM 930, FM 103.1. For those tuning in now, finally, with the audio stream at rjbroadcasting.com, as well as the video stream at yourliveevent.com as well. Paul Vold on the call. Girls high school basketball on a Tuesday night as your Aiken Gobblers fresh off the holiday weekend, and of course a brand new part of the season 2022. The Gobblers 5-4 on the season, with the Mesabi East Giants 6-2 on the year, making the trip down from Aurora in, well, probably inhospitable conditions on the way back for the Giants as well, but certainly will be a good contest for the Gobblers to see what they have in store against the Giants tonight. Paul Vold here tonight, joined alongside with Jeremy Jansen. We didn't scare you off after the after the 4 games from last week as well, so great to have you back for another stretch, Jeremy.
I'm back to Paul's Palace up here.
That's certainly one way of looking at it as well, but Jeremy, of course, we did have the championship game for the Aiken Gobbler girls falling to Malacca 45-21 to close out the 2021 portion of the schedule for the Gobbler girls. And unfortunately for them, it just was unfortunately a bad shooting night for the Gobblers, as well as turnovers early on really came back to hurt the girls too.
And I think those turnovers caused by the pressure defense that Malacca, they kind of set up a defense, watched us the night before and said, hey, we're going to commit to playing defense this way, and they did, and it caused us to turn the ball over, and we had a cold shooting night early, which we had a lead, as you remember, 7-2, and I think we were about 0 for our next 6. If we could have got a couple buckets there, I think it would have been maybe a different story. But ultimately, a game to learn from and to bounce back here. Hopefully they put a game together tonight.
Yeah, and it's certainly not going to be an easy one tonight as well, with the Mesabi East Giants coming in tonight 6-2 on the season, back-to-back wins in the Wood City Classic up in Cloquet, and a couple of really good wins for them, beating Crosby Ironton in double overtime 62-60, and then also upset Cloquet 51-49. Now a 4-game win streak for Mesabi East, as they defeated Cloquet as well as the Rangers last week during that holiday tournament in Cloquet. But even just getting the old eyeball test here, there's going to be some size on the favor of Mesabi East tonight.
Yeah, in Mesabi East, the last couple of years were in the Final Four, if not the Final 2 of the section tournament, and their guard play is what was really propelled them. They had a couple of young guards 3-4 years ago, started as freshmen or sophomores, and I think both 1,500-point scorers and had a really nice career. And now you look at a different identity. They've got some height and some post play. So where we're going to have to match up and really take care of the ball underneath the hoop.
Absolutely, and we've got much more on tap for the pregame show here tonight with the Aiken Gobblers taking on the Mesabi East Giants. Gobblers 5-4 on the season, while Mesabi East is 6-2 here in girls high school basketball. Step aside here for a break. We got to get a look here at our broadcast schedule because we are plumb full of games tonight here on Homegrown Local Radio. We'll talk about that coming up here. Of course, we got a nice long pregame interview. A lot has happened over the holiday break, so we got a lot to get a hold of with Coach Mike Ream here in the pregame show as well. Gobblers taking on Mesabi East, opening up 2022 here on the Gobbler, rjbroadcasting.com, as well as yourliveevent.com.
At R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, we inspire to provide the best in local sports coverage for our area teams. Listen to our Wake the Lakes morning show for local news, weather, and sports every weekday morning from 6 to 9. If you're enjoying the video coverage of the Aiken Gobblers, thank the sponsoring businesses you see advertising. They make it possible. If you're a business owner and want to reach our viewers and listeners, go to yourliveevent.com and click Advertise to get in contact. That's yourliveevent.com.
It's been a family tradition since 1938, purchasing a new Ford or pre-owned vehicle at Aiken Motors. Another tradition that Aiken Motors is proud of is supporting extracurricular activities for area students. Need an oil change or vehicle repair? Schedule an appointment with the Aiken Motors Service Department. Tires? Check out the low price tire guarantee. Aiken Motors, family owned and operated, serving the area for over 84 years. For hours, appointments, and vehicle inventory, visit aikenmotorsco.com.
Welcome to Aitken Schools. Keep informed with district news and information for parents, families, students, and staff with your visit to the Aitken School website at home.isd1.org. Our mission at Aitken Schools is to empower students to be lifelong learners and citizens by maximizing community, parent, and staff involvement while developing high expectations and achievement in a safe learning environment. We are ISD1.
At Brandel Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC, their team works together to provide you with the ultimate Buick, GMC, and Chevrolet shopping experience. Browse the lot at brandelgm.com. They're there to exceed your expectations, deliver the best service possible, and make car shopping fun again. Browse the lot at brandelgm.com. When looking for your next new or used vehicle, shop Brandel Chevrolet, Buick, GMC in Aiken. Our reputation rides with you. brandelgm.com.
At R&J Broadcasting.
Welcome back here tonight on the Gobbler as well as yourliveevent.com with a full broadcast schedule in store for us here on Homegrown Local Radio. But starting first, of course, with our matchup tonight, Mesabi East at Aiken tonight, girls high school basketball. Flipping on over to our sister stations, boys high school basketball, Pillager is at Crosby Ironton tonight. That is going to be on Cash 95.9 3WI-FM. The other girls one, pair of top-ranked teams or top 20 ranked teams in Class 2A. Crosby Ironton's at Pequot Lakes tonight. That's on Skeeter 101.5. And, of course, we do have high school wrestling on yourliveevent.com with Pequot Lakes, Pine River Backus, the Road Crew playing host to Thief River Falls and United North Central with all three of those teams ranked as well, with United North Central in Class A, while Thief River Falls and the Road Crew in Class 2A. Boys high school hockey tonight as well with Pine City at Northern Lakes on Talk 100 KLKS. And then, of course, the rescheduled game between the Golden Gopher men's basketball team and the Fighting Illini of the University of Illinois Champaign. That's going to be on 3WI AM 1270. That game actually underway as well on 3WI AM 1270. 96.3 FM as well. Of course, we'll have much more with our out-of-town scoreboard, and still coming up here with our game tonight with the Aiken Gobblers, of course, against the Mesabi East Giants in girls high school basketball. But again, the Gobblers sitting at 5-4 on the season, 6-2 Mesabi East. A lot of these girls seeing a lot of action against each other. Again, we saw this in the volleyball section tournament as well earlier this season in a long road trip it was up to Aurora, especially coming off just a day before, actually might have been 2 days before, with the Gobbler girls volleyball team defeating Evelyn Gilbert in the section tournament. So a couple long road matches, but either way, it's great competition and should be a great one here this evening for both squads to face up against each other. Jeremy, I know that we're talking about here with this matchup, and I know one glaring thing that we're going to be missing here tonight, no Ray Nyberg tonight in the starting lineup. She's gone for a trip as well. That's going to open up an opportunity for some of these younger players to step up for the Gobblers too.
Yeah, right. And we're not deep in the post position where Ray is there, but we've got a couple really good players that can step in and do the job. And Sophie and
it's Camille.
Camille, yes, yeah. Thank you. Camille, who both have played really well. Camille has had last 2 or 3 games. Nice job on the boards, getting to the hoop, getting to the free throw line. Camille's played really well. And it's nice to see Sophie grow each game. So an opportunity for those girls to get in and opportunity down low. And we'll play a little bit smaller lineup tonight, but, we can maybe run a little bit.
Yeah, one of those depth positions that surely is missed here at this point now, especially with Ray being gone, is Emma Skye still in the walking boot. She'll be out for a little bit longer, too, recovering from her injury, too. But, again, it'll be a little smaller lineup for the Gobblers, but we'll see what comes out of it here tonight with the Gobblers taking on the Mesabi East Giants. So we'll take one more break here before we get to our interview with Coach Mike Ream for the Aitkin Gobblers here tonight. He had a lot to say, so we got a lot to cover as well. Of course, starting lineups, national anthem still on the way here tonight as well. The Mesabi East Giants taking on your Aitkin Gobblers on the Gobbler, as well as rjbroadcasting.com and yourliveevent.com.
We inspire to provide the best in local sports coverage for our area teams. Listen to our Wake the Lakes morning show for local news, weather, and sports every weekday morning from 6 to 9. If you're enjoying the video coverage of the Aitkin Gobblers, thank the sponsoring businesses you see advertising. They make it possible. If you're a business owner and want to reach our viewers and listeners, go to yourliveevent.com and click Advertise to get in contact. That's yourliveevent.com.
It's been a family tradition since 1938, purchasing a new Ford or pre-owned vehicle at Aitkin Motors. Another tradition that Aitkin Motors is proud of is supporting extracurricular activities for area students. Need an oil change or vehicle repair? Schedule an appointment with the Aitkin Motors Service Department. Tires? Check out the low price tire guarantee. Aitkin Motors, family owned and operated, serving the area for over 84 years. For hours, appointments, and vehicle inventory, visit AitkinMotorsCO.com.
Welcome back to the pregame show here tonight on the Gobbler, KKIN, AM 930, FM translator 103.1. For those also tuning into the video stream at yourliveevent.com, as your Aitkin Gobblers back out on the home court tonight, taking on the Mesabi East Giants, who sport a 6-2 record, as we get our chance now to catch up with head coach for your Aitkin Gobblers, Coach Mike Ream. Coach, as always, we appreciate the time for the opportunity to speak with us before tonight's game.
Thanks. I'm glad to be here.
Absolutely, Coach. We certainly do appreciate it, especially after a busy week last week was, especially with the home holiday tournament, the quarterback club tournament as well, which was a great tournament for all parties involved. And Aitkin Gobblers able to get to the championship game, but unfortunately it was a slow start for the Aitkin Gobblers, just looking back at the last game against Malacca, falling 45-21 in the championship game as well. From the very beginning, just seemed that Aitkin maybe just ran out a little bit of steam early in that contest. Looking at that game overall against Malacca, Coach, what were you seeing on the floor that were some big takeaways from that game against the Wolves?
Well, I think they're a well-coached team. We scouted on the game the day before. They played man-to-man that game, and they came out in kind of a 2-1-2 kind of half-court trap. And, basically it took me a long time to get some answers to it. We just couldn't score. I didn't get them in a position where we had enough room to get good shots. So we shot poorly, 19% from the field, and we had 22 turnovers. So we didn't play very well. I didn't coach very well. They had 4 seniors and a really good junior that did a great job, and they were missing their best player, so they've got a nice ball club. So I guess, it was one of those games where we got beat. We got beat by a better team, and so we just have to learn from that and understand, kind of have perspective and go on, you know.
Coach, I'm sure as well, looking at the film from that game, too, I know that you talked about turnovers and unable to get to it in a good spot to shoot as well, but I know probably reviewing the film from over the weekend as well, maybe getting a practice or so in before of course, with the New Year's holiday, too. Any big, adjustments or real, addressing anything at practice the last couple of chances that you've had with the team since that game?
Well, I did talk with them a lot about perspective. I talked to my team about, what needs to be done to get to the level where they're at in the next couple of years. And our girls really respond well to that. They want to get better. They just, I would guess that probably that team had played together a lot more games. They seem to be very poised, mature players, even though they were missing their best player, leads in every category. They did a heck of a job, and we need to be able to mature enough to make the choices that, girls like that team made. And, it just showed where basically the night before we played McGregor, and we were the more mature team, and they were more like the age of JV, and we looked like a JV against Malacca. So perspective, we talked a lot about that. The girls came in. They come in an hour early during the holidays. I offered that to them to shoot. We really need to improve on shooting. So we're working on that. Now this next week we got our leading scorer and very close to our leading rebounder. Ray Nyberg is on a trip, so we'll be shorthanded again. So we got 3 games this week. We really have to get to work, learn from our mistakes, both as players and coaches, and try to adjust, adapt, and overcome. So, we're working at it. We've got a long way to go,
Absolutely, Coach. And also talking about the fact that you're going to be down Ray Nyberg for a big 3-game stretch here this week, too. That's going to open up the opportunity for some younger players to step up. We've seen some glimpses of some players coming off the bench like Abby Palm. We've seen Camille fill into the starting role with Emma Sky, who's been out with injury, too. And then, you throw in a couple of other players that have really stepped up as the year has come along, too. And again, with one player going down with either injury or maybe other circumstances, these younger players have come up so far and have really filled in some quality minutes out on the floor for your team.
Yeah, that's a perfect segue into what we're going to talk about tonight, and that's opportunity. Exactly. Camille has done a great job. I mean, she's just learning the game, and she's one of the hardest workers I've ever coached, very coachable. Abby Palm has done a great job. I did an analysis of our stats after our first 9 games, and it was not surprising, but interesting to see who's really producing out on the floor, and these young players produce for us. Now, Emma Jacobson and Sarah Thompson are going to get more minutes. With my lack of post players, I like to play 2 posts most of the time. We might have to go to more of a 4-out set, but I want to play 2 posts. I had Heidi Collum during our stretch of 7 players a couple of weeks ago fill in that post, and she's going to be playing some number 4 position. So, I mean, it's opportunities for Eiley to get more minutes. It's opportunities for those 2 sophomores to get in there and just try to get some game experience so they can make good choices, as they mature.
And we look forward to that matchup too, Coach, and also looking at this opportunity, of course, with Mesabi East coming into Aiken tonight as well. I know they're making the trip all the way down from Aurora for this game tonight. What are you looking at here, especially with this group that is coming into Mesabi East? They played some tight ball games in a holiday tournament last week as well, and it looks like they're not going to be, obviously they're going to be bringing in some stiff competition here this evening.
No doubt about it. They have a couple of 6-footers that are good athletes. They beat Crosby Crosby's got a great ball club, and so yeah, they're going to be tough. We're going to have to, for us to compete, we're going to have to make some shots. We're going to have to play great team defense, try to help each other out. We're undermanned, both in size and in number of eligible players. So we really need to, have kids play their top game and just compete and see what happens. That's all we can do.
Coach, as always, we certainly do appreciate the time for coming on the pregame show. Best of luck tonight, and we'll look forward to talking to you after the game as well.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Head coach for the Aiken Gobblers, Mike Ream, joins us here on the pregame shows. Your Aiken Gobblers taking on the Mesabi East Giants tonight from Aiken's High School Gymnasium. We'll take this break, get you right back out to the gym floor. Starting lineups and also the opening tap coming up as the Aiken Gobblers taking on the Mesabi East Giants tonight. Girls High School basketball on your home for Aiken Gobbler sports all season long. This is the Gobbler, KKIN, AM 930, FM translator 103.1, as well as yourliveevent.com.
Welcome to Aitkin Schools. Keep informed with district news and information for parents, families, students, and staff with your visit to the Aitkin School website at home.isd1.org. Our mission at Aitkin Schools is to empower students to be lifelong learners and citizens by maximizing community, parent, and staff involvement while developing high expectations and achievement in a safe learning environment. We are ISD1.
At Brandel Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC, their team works together to provide you with the ultimate Buick, GMC, and Chevrolet shopping experience. Browse the lot at brandelgm.com. They're there to exceed your expectations, deliver the best service possible, and make car shopping fun again. Browse the lot at brandelgm.com. When looking for your next new or used vehicle, shop Brandel Chevrolet, Buick, GMC in Aiken. Our reputation rides with you. brandelgm.com.
From all of us at Enbridge, thank you.
Thank you. Miigwech, and thank you for working on Line 3 replacement.
Thank you to everyone who supported this project.
Construction is complete on a new and safer pipeline that will deliver the North American energy that we all rely on every day. And it's done thanks to the support and hard work of thousands of people. I'm grateful for every single voice of support and every hour of labor put into this project. Thank you.
This is Jim Berkemeyer, owner of R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. Together with Bernie, we're inviting you to join us on a tour of Victoria, Vancouver, and the Canadian Rockies, July 14th through 23rd. On this tour, we'll visit historic Victoria, tour the breathtaking Butchart Gardens, and experience the stunning scenery of the Canadian Rockies via rails train. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword RJ. Learn more about this tour and watch the travel show, or call 888-557-1020 for a free brochure. Remember the keyword RJ.
Welcome to Aitkin Schools. Keep informed with district news and information for parents, families, students, and staff with your visit to the Aitkin School website at home.isd1.org. Our mission at Aitkin Schools is to empower students to be lifelong learners and citizens by maximizing community, parent, and staff involvement while developing high expectations and achievement in a safe learning environment. We are ISD1.
Riverwood Healthcare Center in Aiken provides total joint care for shoulders, elbows, hips, knees, hands, and wrists. Our team of highly skilled orthopedic surgeons use innovative procedures to increase mobility and reduce pain. Get back to the activities you enjoy. Learn more at riverwoodhealthcare.org. Riverwood Healthcare, your trusted leader for orthopedics and sports medicine.
Let's get real. You're ready for a place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. So get ready for the University of Minnesota Crookston. With more than 30 majors, minors, and certificates, you'll earn a University of Minnesota degree in a close-knit community where faculty become friends and friends feel like family. And to get a degree that can make a difference, you don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, ready.
Welcome back to Aiken High School tonight here on the Gobbler, KKIN, AM 930, FM translator 103.1 for those tuning into the audio stream at rjbroadcasting.com and the video stream at yourliveevent.com. Paul Vold joined alongside Jeremy Jansen tonight, and we get ready here for the Aiken Gobblers taking on the Mesabi East Giants tonight. Of course, we're still keeping our eyes out for a big deal player of the game. Brought to you by Newman Construction in Brainerd, Advantage Seamless Gutters in Baxter, Mille Lacs Energy Cooperative, Crow Wing Kayaks in Cross Lake, and even Cuyuna Regional Medical Center. Starting first here with the visiting lineup here for tonight for the Mesabi East Giants with their 6-2 record on the season. Number 2 is a 5'3" senior guard in Alexa Fossell, not pronounced Fossil, so we won't call her Bones tonight. We'll try not to at least. Number 11 is a 6-foot sophomore forward, and Maya Hill. Number 21 is a 6'2" senior forward, Cora Forsline. Number 30 is a 5'9" senior guard in Stevie Alcala, and also number 33 is a 5'5" senior guard in Maggie Lampa for the Mesabi East Giants. For your Aiken Gobblers tonight, that will be changing things up with their lineup tonight as well. Their starting lineup will go like this. Number 1 is a 5-foot senior guard in Jilly Klein. Number 3, a 5'3" freshman guard in Abby Palm. Number 24 is a 5'5" guard in a junior Ella Jansen. And number 35 is a 5'6" sophomore forward Camille Paranto. And number 42 is a 5'11" senior forward in Sophie Snyder. Aiken Gobblers are coached by Mike Ream, assisted by Jason Long, and manager is Taryn Olson for Aiken Gobblers here this evening. Gobblers changing things up in the lineup, of course. Combination injuries, players gone as well. So getting the starting tonight, Sophie Snyder along with Abby Palm. The real two big changes in the lineup as well. Normally see Eiley Cullum in the starting lineup. Of course, Ray Nyberg is out of town for the next few days as well, so she is not in the lineup as well. So we'll see how things shape up tonight. It'll be Rip Snyder, Sophie Snyder, taking the opening tap along with Cora Forsline. Size on size here for the opening tap. Gobblers will work it left to right on your radio dials, your computer screens, and mobile devices for the opening tap of the 2022 portion of the basketball schedule. Won and controlled by the Mesabi East Giants. At the top of the key, kicks it left side now for number 30, Stevie Hakala. Feeds it inside down low for a number, number 11,
I believe,
yes.
Yeah.
Maya Hill is on the stat sheet already with 2 points. It's a 2-0 lead for the Mesabi East Giants. Ella Jansen in the right corner for Sophie Snyder. Tries to penetrate outside the paint. Gets it out to Jansen for a 3 off the side of the rim. No good. Rebound lands in the hands of Abby Palm, and a near turnover on the floor as we get a fight for the ball. Tie up. We'll give the ball right to the Aiken Gobblers with 17-27 on the Brandel Motors of Aiken scoreboard. So a 2-0 lead for the Mesabi East Giants. And again, that rebound going down to Abby Palm as Jansen will trigger the inbound left of the basket to Jill Klein from the free throw line. Gets a screen from Paranto. Shot blocked halfway up by Maya Hill, and it lands in her hands as Alexa Fossell will take it across the timeline. Works it left side now for number 30 in Hakala. Feeds it right at the free throw line, back out. Inside and out we go with the Giants. Bank off the side from Forsline. Her shot no good, but she is fouled. And that'll be a foul assessed to the Gobblers. I believe Snyder will get that.
Actually, Abby Palm drew that foul.
Abby Palm will be the beneficiary of the impediment against Cora Forsline, 6'2", for the Mesabi East Giants. And a 3-0 lead for the Giants, all 3 points. Forsline with her first points, all 3 for the Giants here tonight. Not even a minute into the ball game. As the second free throw, no good. Giants go 1 for 2 to start off. Rebound down to Abby Palm. Palm impressive here so far in the first handful of games of the season for the Gobblers, getting the starting nod tonight as well. As her and Klein work it left to right, now we'll bring it back to the right wing as she looks for a pass back up, does Palm to Jill Klein. Klein looks for somewhere to go with the basketball. She works up against Facel. Now handing it off to her teammate Abby Palm. Skip pass to Peranto inside the perimeter at the free throw line. Back out to Klein on the right wing. Now dribbling a pass, the free throw line to the left elbow. Feeds it down low to Snyder. Tries to kick it back out. She does to Jansen. Looks for somewhere down low to Peranto. Up and up under the basket. Can't finish the shot, but it lands down to Palm. Hands it off to Peranto as it goes off a giant, they're going to say, as the Gobblers keep the possession.
Yeah, Abby's been active there around the hoop. She doesn't play like a freshman. She's got a lot of confidence, so it's fun to see her out there working hard.
Only going to benefit her the older she gets in this lineup, too, for the Gobblers as Palm gets the inbound after a pass from her teammate Snyder, who's down along the right baseline of the ball. Escapes a double team. Right corner, 3 on the way for the Gobblers is good for Ella Jansen. The Gobblers tied up at 3 apiece. 2 minutes into the ball game as Facel will work it left side now for Hakala. Now to the back of the top of the circle now, right side. 3 on the way, wide of the mark from Lampa as it goes off the backboard and out. It'll be an Aiken basketball. First time here in a couple possessions that we've seen from the Giants.
Looks like both teams trying to use the low post, playing that inside-out game and working the ball and spending some time on the clock.
3-3. Jansen for 3. Comes up empty. Rebound down to Palm, who's already got a handful of boards to her credit already.
4th board for Abby Palm.
Abby is just a gym rat here in the early goings as it's tipped out of the hands of Jill Klein by Facel and will go out of bounds and stay with the Gobblers as Jansen will inbound the basketball. 15:30 to play here in this first half. Palm will re-engage half court for the Gobblers. Gets a screen for Peranto on the right wing. Looks for a pass inside. We'll get it to, looks like, to Jill Klein at the free throw circle. Now back out, nearing midcourt. Loses the handle but regains as being defended by Facel. At the top of the key now switches with Abby Palm being defended by number 33 and Maggie Lampa. Stolen away by Maya Hill. Hill with a full head of steam being defended. Rolls it up off the window strong and gets 2 more points to her credit. 5-3 the score. Just using the size to advantage and just pushed her way right through did Hill.
Yeah, those long arms in the passing lanes got that one.
Palm out on the left wing now for the Gobblers. Looks for somewhere to go with it. She switches around with Sophie Snyder. Coach Mike Ream up off the bench now. Jan's going to fire a left corner 3 on the way. Off the side of the rim, no good. Rebound down to Hakala, number 30 for the Giants. Giants in the road whites. Masabi, number East on the front of the uniform. Right wing, 3 on the way from Hakala. Wide, didn't even draw on the iron as it goes out of bounds. Gobblers in the home blacks. Aiken, number nothing on the bottom of the jersey.
Yeah, right.
Just had to throw that out there just a little bit. I'm a bit of a uniform snob when it comes to things like that. I love it. Masabi is great. Masabi East split it up here a little bit. I'm sure. Can't remember if we saw them at all last year with basketball. Maybe a trip up there as a handle lost by Palm, but it'll stay with the Gobblers. A couple substitutions in for the Giants. Number 3, Gianna Lay, and then also trying to see the one number on the other player. Number 13, that's Ellie Thiel checking in. 14-12 to go. Gobblers down 5-3 as Cullum checks in, and we're going to get a foul called against Masabi East, it looks like. The official initially wanted to go with the
moving screen, but yeah.
Foul goes against Lay. That'll be her first. Fouls even at 1 apiece for each team. Foul goes against number 3 for the Giants as Abby Palm, number 3 for your Gobblers, drives right off the right elbow, blocked out of the air by number 11 and Maya Hill. Hill will give it up to Alexa Facel across half court now to the right side for Forsline. Forsline looks for a pass inside. She'll dribble down to the right corner. Back out to the wing now for Hill. She'll drive from the right elbow extended. Cross-court pass. 3 from Lay. Left wing. No good. Off the back of the iron. Rebound down, and I'll fight for it. And they'll get the jump ball and the tie-up.
It's good work by Jilly Klein getting in there. One of the shorter players on the court for either team, and she's not afraid to mix it up.
Jill Klein going up against the tallest player on the other side in Cora Forsline, and gets the jump ball and the possession arrow, but the Giants will keep the basketball. Back and forth to Fussell. Now back at the Forsline. A three off the left wing. No good. High rebound. 3 Giants come down with it. It's given back to Forsline. Can't finish her shot. Shot on the putback from Hill. No good on a rebound. And we'll get 2 free throws coming up for the Mesabi East Giants with 13:23 to play in the first half. Still, score remains 5-3 Giants. As we'll see, Maya Hill at the free throw line. Second time tonight, or first time for her tonight.
Yep, first time for her.
Front end of the 2 is good. Back up to a 3-point lead. Largest the night for either squad just a few minutes into the ball game. Cullum, the only substitution for the Gobblers thus far. She's in for Peranto. Second free throw from Hill off the back of the rim, no good. Cullum comes down with a rebound. Cullum will turn it over on a stretch pass for Jilly Klein. It's taken away by Forsline, as it could have been an over and back or even a travel against the Giants, but referees see nothing. Officials on the floor. Right wing Forsline fed inside, up off the window from Thiel is in. 8-3 now the score. Working it in and out, the Giants, I should say, find a weak side of the Gobbler defense here in the early goings. 8-3, they now lead with 12:51 to play in this first half. Inside to Snyder, double team against her. Her shot impeded upon, but she gets no call against the Giants, as well as a turnover by the Gobblers after the rebound came down to the hands of the Giant player, and a foul called against, this one going to be against Aiken. This one against Jill Klein, it looks like.
Jill's second.
Jill already with 2 fouls and even have her down for 1. Glad somebody's at least paying attention. 12.5 to play here in the first half. Emma Jacobson checks in for Jill Klein. And also see number 45 for the Giants, Marta Forsline. One of 3 Forsline girls on the lineup for the Giants. Cora Forsline off the left wing, drives, and they are going to call a block against Sophie Snyder.
She was a little late getting to the spot. There was a good call by the official. She gets there a split second earlier. She draws that charge.
12:27 to go. Cora Forsline will head to the free throw line. Marta Forsline, a 6-foot 8th grader.
Yeah.
Front end of the 2 free throws is good for Mesabi East. For Cora Forsline, the 6'2 senior. And then there's also Olivia Forsline, a 5'4 sophomore.
She's wondering how her sister's got all the height.
Yeah, hurts being the middle child.
Yeah.
Wouldn't know, I'm the youngest, so I get all the preferential treatment. Second free throw is no good, as the Gobblers now down 9-3 on the Brandel Motors of Aiken scoreboard. Abby Palm with the basketball on the left wing, looks for a pass down in the left corner for Jansen. She'll get a pass inside as it's poked away by the Giants and turned over by Aiken. Cora Forsline across half court. Works into the right corner for Gianna Lay. Back out to Cora Forsline at the top of the key now for number 2 and Alexa Fussell. Forsline in the right corner. Looks for a pass inside for teammate Marta Forsline. Marta up with the right arm, and she takes a shot on the left arm. 2 free throws coming up for Marta. 11:48 to go. More free throws coming up here at 4.
That foul on Eiley Cullum.
Yep, Eiley with her first. Team's 5th of this first half. Only foul for the Giants. That one against Gianna Lay. 10-3 now the score. 11:48 here in this first half of basketball. Second free throw, high arcing shot. Hits the bottom of the net. 11-8 score. Gobblers tied it up at 3, but then it's been an 8-0 run for the Giants, with Ella Jansen with the handle of the basketball in the right wing, tries to dribble down in the right corner, poked out of the hands of the pass, I should say, looking for Cullum as Marta Forsline pushes it out of bounds.
One thing we noticed in the JV game when we were watching, they played smothering defense, and they're doing the same here. They're really uptight.
Cora Forsline checks out for a spell. Stevie Hakala back in for the Giants. The high inbound from Jansen goes to Abby Palm at the top of the circle. Goes towards her right, dribbles in the left hand, back to the left for Emma Jacobson. Jacobson on the left wing, tries to dribble inside, and a foul called. Looks like against the Giants. That's going to be Alexa Fassell. Will be her first, team second of this first half. Pun intended, no harm, no foul. But again, there was a foul called. Team second of the half, 11:22 to play in the opening half of basketball. 11-3 the score here on the Gobbler, as well as yourliveevent.com. Abby Palm with the handle of the ball. Now to Emma Jacobson, being defended by Hakala. Right wing now switches over with Ella Jansen for a three-pointer off the back of the rim. Rebound down to Paranto. Basket will go up, will not count, but fouled was Camille Paranto, and we'll get free throws for Camille.
She plays great position, was in the right spot to put her body on somebody. Where for that miss.
Ellie Field will get the benefit of a foul to her, the 5'7" junior, as it'll be Paranto at the free throw line. Team's third foul for the Giants. One of the two goes in. First one of the two free throws for the Gobblers. So Cora Forsline will look to check in. And we'll also see number 23 possibly check in. Ashley Tennyson will check in for Alexa Fassell. And Sophie Snyder's back in as well for Eiley Cullum. And we'll also probably wait for Jilly Klein to check back in as well. Now we'll see Jilly check in. Change after change after change.
Yeah, Jilly comes back in with two fouls, so she's going to have to be careful here in the last 11 minutes of the half.
Second free throw from Paranto is up and good. 11-5, Gobblers trail after tying the game at 3. Giants went on an 8-0 run, and the Gobblers look to do something on the defensive end with Cora Forsline turning over the ball, looking for Marta Forsline at the free throw line. Long stretch pass to Jilly Klein on the right wing, fed inside to Paranto, being defended by Marta as her shot no good. Rebound down to Cora Forsline. Right idea. Just a little strong on the shot from Camille Paranto, and a turnover as a steal from. It was initially triggered away by Ella Jansen, but Jilly Klein comes out with it, a pass inside down in the ankles of Camille Paranto. As she hits the ground, does Camille, and unfortunately, no call on a potential tie-up as the Gobblers give it up.
That's either a jump ball or a foul. It's not nothing.
It's definitely not nothing for sure. If it was a tie-up, the Gobblers would have had it, but a turnover back the other way as Jilly Klein will stretch it out before her shot is blocked out of bounds by Marta Forsline.
Wasabi hadn't had a turnover this game. In the last 3 possessions, they turned the ball over 3 times, so we put a little pressure on them, and good things happen.
Marta Forsline checks out of the game, as well as looks like Ashley Tennyson, I believe, as well. No, Tennyson's still in. Abby Palm will get the inbound from Ella Jansen. She'll go from the left wing now back towards the right for Palm to Jilly Klein. Klein with the handle of the basketball. Looks for a pass to Paranto. She'll drive from the right elbow. Looks for a floater. There's a foul called in the lane as Jilly Klein wasn't quite sure if she was going up for the shot or look for a pass somewhere. Foul against Alcala. That'll be her first, team's 4th of the half. Jansen from the left side of the basket triggers underneath, and Paranto up and off the window strong. Found a hole on the defensive side, and the Gobblers take the benefit and cut the lead down to 4.
I think if the Gobblers played a little full court press, I think it would put some pressure on them. They're not too sure-handed with the ball in the backcourt.
Maya Hill back into the game as well after a little bit of a spell. Tennyson to Hill. Now to Hakalo. She'll drive from the right baseline. Back out to Cora Forsline. Up with the left hand. Shot left wild. Snyder with the battle in the post. And it's going to be Forsline with a third shot, and she banks it up off the glass, getting something for the Giants as it's back up to a 6-point lead at 13-7. Jill Klein on the left wing feeds it to Snyder. Up with the right opportunity. Try to get a little forearm shiver to create some space. Now back into from a block shot against Hakala as it will be a foul called.
Good strong move by Sophie there going to the hoop. Again, the Gobblers playing that inside-out game and working the low post.
Rip Snyder at the free throw line. For those not getting the joke, Sophie Snyder wearing the mask after surgery on the nose, wearing the same mask, a la Rip Hamilton all those years. Detroit Pistons won a championship. Couple, I think, in those heydays with the Pistons. First of the free throws for Snyder, no good. Second free throw on its way off the back of the rim, no good. Maya Hill with a rebound. That foul from Hakala, her second, team's fifth as well. Stretch pass to Hakala. Now looks for a pass left side to Fasel for a three off the left side. No good. High rebound. Who's going to come down with it? Forsline with ease as it's last touched by a Gobbler, they're going to say, as Aiken will defend underneath the basket. 13-7, 8:43 to play here in this first half. Hakala will inbound to Fasel, a streak and a flash and a quick bank off the backboard and good. 15-7, it's back up to an 8-point lead for the Mesabi East Giants. Abby Palm, as we get a fight for the ball and a jump ball in the time, Gobblers will keep it. As we'll see, Maggie Lampa back in, as it'll be Ashley Tennyson checking out for the Giants. 8:28 to play. Gobblers down by 8. Inbound to Abby Palm on the right wing. Looks to drive. Fed down low to Camille Peranto. It's ripped away and taken away by, that was Maggie Lampa, and a turnover by Aiken. 15-7 remains as Alexa Fasel with the handle of the ball fed inside to Cora Forsline. Back up top now for Hakala for a three-pointer off the back of the rim. High rebound down to Maya Hill. Kicks it back out to Fasel. To Hill at the free throw line. Drives a double team. Now it'll bounce up and in. No, it won't go down, but Forsline with a rebound, and we get a foul called on the floor. Mesabi East, if anything, on these opportunities here, Jeremy, where they aren't scoring, they're getting second and third chances on the offensive glass.
Yeah, the Gobblers are outsized there in height, but, the way you overcome that is you got to put a body on somebody and really push, create that space.
Left corner three-pointer from Hakala is no good. Long rebound, loose, and it'll be a foul called on the floor, looks like, against the Gobblers. That one's going to be against Sarah Thompson, who just checked into the game.
That I don't agree with that. That was not in the act of shooting. She caught the ball and got arm across there, and ref called it as a shooting foul.
If anything, it should be a foul on the floor. It's a 7-team foul, and then it would have been a 1-and-1 front end of the two guaranteed free throws missed. Sarah Thompson checks in and immediately on a foul. Second free throw is good for number 33, Maggie Lampa. 16-7, a 9-point lead for the Mesabi East Giants against your Aiken Gobblers. Largest lead of the night for the Giants. Camille Peranto leaves the gym floor and then returns asunder. Get an out-of-town scoreboard update here real quick. On YourLiveEvent.com, the Pequot Lakes Pine River Bacchus Road Crew win their first match over Thief River Falls, 46-29. Whole bunch of ranked teams in that one. A quick timeout here out on the floor, as we'll just keep it right here momentarily as well, with it being just a quick 30-second timeout. And also an out-of-town scoreboard update over on 3WI AM 1270, 96.3 FM. Golden Gopher men's basketball down at halftime, 40-31 against the Illinois Fighting Illini. And that one over on 3WI AM had some scheduling conflicts as well, of course, with a whole lot of high school sports we had to cover in the game that was supposed to be on Sunday, but Illinois, dealing with COVID issues within their program, had to force the game to move to Tuesday. There's a quick Riverwood Healthcare Center timeout. Gobblers down 16-7 against the Mesabi East Giants. Gobblers have been hanging in there, and you know what? So far, not a whole lot that is pointing out in the favor or in the disadvantage of either team thus far for either team here, Jeremy.
No, for sure. They, just trying to find their way through it, feel it out.
Pass looking underneath the basket as Abby Palm was looking for Eiley Cullum. Rolls out of bounds. It'll be a turnover by the Gobblers. 7:27 to play here in this first half on the Brandel Motors of Aiken scoreboard. Aiken Gobblers trailing 16-7. Cross-court pass. And it'll be to number 3, Gianna Lay, who checked in during that timeout. Driving is number 13, Ellie Thiel. Cora Forsline pass inside to Maya Hill. She takes a shot, and it will go out of bounds as Hill up around where the ball was and right around where her face was. But
nice block by Eiley Collum. Got the ball and kind of pushed it right back into her face. That's what I think the ball hit her there.
Ball goes out of bounds. It'll stay with the Giants with 7 minutes to play. Forsline back out to Lay. Just inside the arc, dribbles her way back out to the left wing and continues to back up, being defended by Abby Palm to Alexa Fossell. Cross-court pass now inside to Maya Hill underneath the basket to Forsline up with the left hand, finishes the shot, and the Gobblers down 11 now at 18-7. 6:45 and counting downward in this first half. Sarah Thompson drives from the left elbow, loses the handle outside the paint to Ella Jansen for a three. Could use one. It hits off the side of the backboard and wedges in there. Oy. Talk about a real backbreaker.
Yeah, sticks right there. Wedge.
Oh, my goodness. And of course, we had a few kids from the student section, real athletes trying to see, I'll try and get it down, but luckily enough, one of the extra balls off the
ball rack there.
Yeah, the ball rack there. Usually those are put away here for the start and the finish of the first half and the second half as well. But luckily enough, they were easily accessible. Turnover by the Gobblers gives it right back to Mesabi East as they control, now working right to left on your radio dials and on your computer screens here for Homegrown Local Radio. Cora Forsline, double defended, triple defended, can't get the shot to go for her as she's blocked in the lane. Ella Jansen will bring it up the timeline, works it right side, and we're going to get a charge called against Ella Jansen.
That is the correct call. The girl got back, set her feet. Ella ran her over.
It's also the eighth foul of this first half. Foul against Ella Jansen. It also makes it, I believe, the sixth different player with a foul here in this first half. At least that's what I have down.
You're right.
And we are correct in that summation. Alexa Fossell looks for an open pass underneath the basket to Maya Hill. She'll go up and off the window. 20-7 with 5 minutes to go here in this first half. Gobblers need something to go here offensively. Abby Palm, right wing, three-pointer, no good. Rebound loose. It's picked up by Sophie Snyder. Back out to Sarah Thompson. Will give it back right side now on the wing for Abby Palm as it's tipped out of the air on the pass from Ella Jansen. Turned over as Alexa Fossell with a full head of steam. Stops in the lane. Kick pass down low. Gianna Lay fouled. And we'll get 2 free throws for the Mesabi East Giants. 5:26 to play here in the first half. Bless you. As we'll get free throws for Gianna Lay. Foul assessed to Sarah Thompson, her second. Her and Jill Klein both with 2 fouls in this first half. Marta Forsline back into the game with Maya Hill going back to the bench. Second free throw is no good, but a rebound down to Cora Forsline. Her shot missed. It's going to be last touch and kept alive by the Giants to Cora Forsline after the nice play from Marta Forsline. Loose ball out on the floor as it's last touch by the Giants, and it'll go back to the Aiken Gobblers. 5:13 to go here in this first half. Gobblers down 21-7. Must be those sub-zero allergies starting to kick in for you. Maybe a lot of dust around here. Sophie Snyder in the lane, double teamed, but no foul call as we'll get a jump ball on the missed shot. Bodies hit the floor. The cool heads do prevail for either team. .457 to play in the first half. Gobblers keep the possession. 21-7 they do trail. Ella Jansen looks for the inbound, gets it in before the 5-second call to Abby Palm, as she'll get a screen now from Sarah Thompson right in front of the Giants bench. Works it back right side as Palm will drive as she's blocked up in the air. Gets her own miss a shot as she was blocked in the post as well. And back out to Eiley Cullum. Cullum back out on the left wing to Sarah Thompson, who gets the pass from Cullum. Drives from the free throw line back out to Abby Palm. Fakes the three. Drives in the lane. Stops outside the outside the free throw lane, and we'll go back out to the right wing for Abby Palm. Backing back out with about 4.5 to go. Gobblers down by 14, trailed by as many here in this first half at that total. We're tied at 3-3. Then the Giants went on an 8-0 run, and the Gobblers have been down ever since. And we get a foul called as Cullum in that right corner. Foul will be a sense against. I believe that'll be Cora Forsline. It'll be her first, team's 7th, and it'll be 1-1, I believe.
Yep.
4:08 to play here in this first half. Got a timeout taken by the Gobblers with 4:08 to play here in this first half. I think we'll definitely take a timeout here quick here in this first half here on the Gobbler, as well as yourliveevent.com.
Aiken Gobblers Action with Your Live Event is made possible by the advertising businesses you see throughout this broadcast. They help ensure that we can bring you the coverage at the best price, free. Please thank and support our sponsoring businesses. If you own a business or your organization wants to reach the listeners and viewers of Your Live Event and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, go to yourliveevent.com and click Advertise or contact one of the offices in Brainerd or Aiken. Enjoy the broadcast.
Welcome back here on the Gobbler, KKIN, AM 930, FM 103.1, and yourliveevent.com as 21-7 our score. Girls High School basketball, Mesabi East leads your Aiken Gobblers here in this first half. 9 fouls for the Gobblers, 7 for the Mesabi East Giants. And so far here in this first half, Jeremy, despite the score, both teams have had plenty of opportunities on each end.
Yeah, the difference, as you said earlier, is rebounding.
Yep.
They've gotten a lot of second and third chance opportunities, and we have not. One shot and out. So
Gobblers were down early on. They were able to tie it at 3 in this first half, and then an 8-0 run by the Mesabi East Giants, and they've never looked back since that point as Eiley Cullum, second of 2 guaranteed free throws apparently. Should have been a
1-1, and
1-1.
They screwed it up.
Oh, that's fun. Second free throw, no good. Long rebound, last touch by Cullum, it looks like. As now we're going to get both officials to talk things over.
At this point, I don't think it really matters. She's already shot both free throws.
Exactly, and the fact that it was probably touched by Eiley going out of bounds, it would have been Mesabi's ball regardless. Wasn't a shooting foul. And the coach for Mesabi East. So now we're going to talk things over here apparently. So it's going to go back to Mesabi regardless. Would have been interesting as well. I'm sure if the second free throw would have went in, they would have taken the point off the board, I would imagine.
But I think it should be a jump ball now. Because of it should have just been a change of possession. That second shot shouldn't have been live, so it shouldn't have mattered. They just should have been possession.
Well, Mesabi East has the basketball now to Maya Hill on the right elbow. Kicks it back out, now down low after a pass to the top of the circle now for Alexa Fossell. In the paint now to Cora Forsline after her teammate Maya Hill gave her a hot pass in the lane. As
Coach Ream wanted a tip ball off of White, and I think I would agree with him on that one.
Mm-hmm. 3:51 here to play in this first half. We'll see number 13, Ellie Field, check out. Another scoreboard update when we can as Alexa Fossell goes up off the window.
That's the second time they've run that play. Just a quick cut through. Somebody's forgetting about little number 2 coming through the lane.
23-7 the score as Ella Jansen double defended on the right wing, gets it to Sophie Snyder. Kick pass to Eiley Cullum. Cullum up with the right arm. Her shot is whacked on the arm, but Sophie Snyder picks up the loose change and will go up off the backboard. And it'll be now 23-9 as Alexa Fussell for the Giants with the handle to Marta Forsline. Forsline back on the left corner for Hakala for a three on the left side, and good. 26-9 with 3 minutes to go here in the first half. Out-of-town scoreboard update over on Skeeter 101.5. Pine City is trailing the Northern Lakes Lightning boys high school hockey 3-2 after one period. Three from Eiley Cullum is no good. Long rebound as it didn't hit iron, but it lands in the hands of Sophie Snyder. Jansen for three, went halfway down, kicked back out to Hakala on the rebound. Actually, that game over on Talk 100 KLKS with Northern Lakes taking on the Pine City Dragons in boys high school hockey. Initial shot by Cora Forsline missed. Rebound and missed again, but it will go to Abby Palm across half court out on the left wing. Now dribbles her way back to the top of the key with 2:25 to go here in the first half. Gobblers down 26-9. Sophie Snyder, right elbow, dishes it back out. Jansen gets it right back to herself after almost going out of bounds after the pass from Snyder to Abby Palm. Palm defended by Fussell, switches to the left hand, drives from the right elbow, down outside the paint to Jansen. Fires up a three, wide of the mark, long into the hands of Sophie Snyder in the left corner. Sarah Thompson fights for it. It's loose out on the floor as it was initially stolen, but now back into the hands of Sophie Snyder as we'll get a travel call against Sophie Snyder and a turnover by the Gobblers. Again, that is on Talk 100 KLKS. Northern Lakes on top of Pine City after one period, 3-2.
Northern Lakes played a couple tight games over the weekend.
That they certainly did as well for Coach Craig Larson. Friend of the brand.
Yes, for sure.
Longtime family friend for the Vold family as well. Heck, known him since his days with the Minnesota Flying Aces down in Little Falls. Throwback for all those longtime junior hockey fans. See if we got a few of those here on YourLiveEvent.com and the Gobbler. Which is also funny because Coach Larson recruited my brother to play for Granite City.
Okay.
And now my brother is associate head coach for Granite City and coached against Craig when he was, years ago. Well, not too long ago, I should say. My brother's still fairly young, and Craig is still a spry young man himself, too. Three on the way from Fussell is no good. Long rebound into the hands now, and it looks like we'll get a foul call as Emma Jacobson came out with the loose ball for Aiken.
Yeah, Coach Ream had to talk the official into calling a foul there.
And it looks like we'll get free throws. A free throw is only the 8th team foul of this first half. Marta Forsline, their first. We do know that's a 1-and-1.
Yep.
As Jacobson at the free throw line for the front end. With 1:09 to play in the first half. Front end is good. We'll get a second free throw now.
Emma sure got a nice looking shot. Very smooth follow through.
Second free throw from Jacobson, no good. Loose rebound back into the hands of Jacobson is poked out of bounds by Alexa Fussell. With 1:07 to play here in the first half, Gobblers down 26-10. Halftime, get that out-of-town scoreboard update with our broadcast schedule. A busy night on Homegrown Local Radio, as well as numbers from this first half as Fussell pokes it out of the hands of Abby Palm and a turnover by the Gobblers. Maya Hill outside the paint, awkward shot, but gets it something to hit the rim as Cora Forsline gets a rebound. And we'll get two free throws, it looks like now, for Cora Forsline with 52 seconds to play in the first half.
This ball stolen from Abby Palm. Girl reached across the golden rule, the arm you don't reach with to steal the ball, and it's an automatic foul call typically, and didn't get that call, and then that turns into, free throw attempts on the other end.
Eiley Cullum with her second foul. First free throw from Mesabi East, and Cora Forsline no good as Marta Forsline out, brings back in Maggie Lampa. Second free throw no good as the Gobblers turn it over after Eiley Cullum and Camille Peranto checked in. Were unable to secure the loose board. 50.9 seconds to go. Inbound, a right to Cora Forsline. Bank off the window, no good. A long rebound now collected once again as Mesabi East keeps the handle of it. High Hill down low to Cora Forsline. Her shot no good. It'll be Sarah Thompson who gets the rebound, but no, they're going to call the jump ball on the tie-up as it'll go back to Mesabi East on the possession arrow. 36.6 seconds to go. Mesabi East getting all the second and third and fourth chances here as Forsline gets the inbound. Now to the left side on to Maggie Lampa for a three. Short of the rim. Rebounded down into the hands of Camille Peranto. It's poked out of her hands as its last touch.
Boy,
by
they are
Hill.
definitely not calling hand checks. It's a point of emphasis in basketball in the last 3 years that they can hand check. And they just, officials, I don't know if they read the new rule changes or not sometimes.
Well, 15 seconds go here in the first half. Gobblers down 26-10 as it'll be a loose ball taken by Fussell and a foul called. And, this one's good against Eiley. That'll be her third. Going into the halftime locker room only 9 seconds ago, and we'll get free throws for, I believe, Fussell, who was fouled upon by Eiley. And I'll force Coach Ream. Bring out Ella Jansen once again. 2 free throws for Alexa Fussell. First end of the 2 is good. 27-10. 9.7 seconds to play in this first half. Just a quick 10-minute halftime break as well. Always seems to go much quicker than 10 minutes would allow for a lot of people to get up, stretch their legs. Second free throw no good as it'll be Abby Palm getting the rebound across half court with 5 seconds to go. Down to 4, down to 2 to Camille Peranto. It's stolen away as that will end the first half. 27-10 our halftime score. Gobblers will go into the halftime locker room down by 17. Halftime show coming up here tonight from Aiken High School. We'll get a look here at our out-of-town scoreboard. Numbers from this first half and second half adjustments the Gobblers have to make as well. But the Gobblers trailing against Mesabi East. Girls High School basketball on the Gobbler as well as yourliveevent.com.
From all of us at Enbridge, thank you.
Thank you.
Miigwech, and thank you for working on Line 3 replacement.
Thank you to everyone who supported this project.
Construction is complete on a new and safer pipeline that will deliver the North American energy that we all rely on every day. And it's done thanks to the support and hard work of thousands of people. I'm grateful for every single voice of support and every hour of labor put into this project. Thank you.
This is Jim Berkemeyer, owner of R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. Together with Bernie, we're inviting you to join us on a tour of Victoria, Vancouver, and the Canadian Rockies, July 14th through 23rd. On this tour, we'll visit historic Victoria, tour the breathtaking Butchert Gardens, and experience the stunning scenery of the Canadian Rockies via rails train. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword RJ. Learn more about this tour and watch the travel show, or call 888-557-1020 for a free brochure. Remember the keyword RJ.
Welcome to Aitken Schools. Keep informed with district news and information for parents, families, students, and staff with your visit to the Aitken School website at home.isd1.org. Our mission at Aitken Schools is to empower students to be lifelong learners and citizens by maximizing community, parent, and staff involvement while developing high expectations and achievement in a safe learning environment. We are ISD1.
Riverwood Healthcare Center in Aiken provides total joint care for shoulders, elbows, hips, knees, hands, and wrists. Our team of highly skilled orthopedic surgeons use innovative procedures to increase mobility and reduce pain. Get back to the activities you enjoy. Learn more at riverwoodhealthcare.org. Riverwood Healthcare, your trusted leader for orthopedics and sports medicine.
Let's get real. You're ready for a place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. So get ready for the University of Minnesota Crookston. With more than 30 majors, minors, and certificates, you'll earn a University of Minnesota degree in a close-knit community where faculty become friends and friends feel like family. And to get a degree that can make a difference, you don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, ready.
Aitkin.
Welcome back here tonight on the Gobbler, KKIN, AM 930, FM translator 103.1 for those also tuning in at yourliveevent.com. 27-10, our halftime score with your Aitkin Gobblers trailing against the Mesabi East Giants. Girls high school basketball here on the Gobbler. And again, yourliveevent.com. Looking at our out-of-town scoreboard as well. We've been updating as much as we can here tonight. Right now, a couple scores. Of course, at halftime, it was over on 3WI AM with Minnesota men's basketball against Illinois, 40-31 at halftime. High school wrestling on a Cash 95. Halftime. One of the matches, a triangular high school wrestling on yourliveevent.com. Pequot Lakes Pine River Bacchus won their match over Thief River Falls 46-29. And then over on Talk 100 KLKS after one period, it's Northern Lakes Lightning Boys Hockey over Pine City 3-2 after the first period into that first intermission. Girls high school basketball over on Skeeter 101.5. Pequot Lakes leads Crosby Ironton 35-20 at the halftime break as well. Well, our color commentator Jeremy Jansen decided to step out here momentarily, use the facility as well, but can get you a look here at some of the early numbers here from this first half. Well, turnovers for both teams fairly low. Gobblers 9 turnovers in the first half compared to 4 for Mesabi East, and rebounding seems much more from this first half in favor of Mesabi East, given the size and strength of their team. 19-14 in that first half. Definitely a big glaring stat in that first half. That seems a little bit more even, but if you look at the scoreboard as well, 27-10 the score. Yeah, those rebounds really coming in handy for this contest for Mesabi East to pull out in front with that lead now 27-10 here at the halftime break. Again, we'll get you much more here with the halftime show of the Aitkin Gobblers trailing 27-10 here on our halftime show on the Randall Motors of Aitkin scoreboard. We'll take another Riverwood Healthcare Center timeout. Second half adjustments, and of course the individual scores from this first half of basketball still coming up here as well. Aitkin Gobblers trail 27-10 against the Mesabi East Giants. Your home for Aitkin Gobblers sports. This is the Gobbler, KKIN, and as well as rjbroadcasting.com and yourliveevent.com.
With Your Live Event is made possible by the advertising businesses you see throughout this broadcast. They help ensure that we can bring you the coverage at the best price, free. Please thank and support our sponsoring businesses. If you own a business or your organization wants to reach the listeners and viewers of Your Live Event and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, go to yourliveevent.com and click Advertise or contact one of the offices in Brainerd or Aitkin. Enjoy the broadcast. At R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, we inspire to provide the best in local sports coverage for our area teams. Listen to our Wake the Lakes morning show for local news, weather, and sports every weekday morning from 6 to 9. If you're enjoying the video coverage of the Aitkin Gobblers, thank the sponsoring businesses UC Advertising. They make it possible. If you're a business owner and want to reach our viewers and listeners, go to yourliveevent.com and click Advertise to get in contact. That's yourliveevent.com.
It's been a family tradition since 1938, purchasing a new Ford or pre-owned vehicle at Aitkin Motors. Another tradition that Aitkin Motors is proud of is supporting extracurricular activities for area students. Need an oil change or vehicle repair? Schedule an appointment with the Aitkin Motors Service Department. Tires? Check out the low price tire guarantee. Aitkin Motors, family owned and operated, serving the area for over 84 years. For hours, appointments, and vehicle inventory, visit AitkinMotorsCO.com.
Welcome to Aitkin Schools. Keep informed with district news and information for parents, families, students, and staff with your visit to the Aitkin School website at home.isd1.org. Our mission at Aitkin Schools is to empower students to be lifelong learners and citizens by maximizing community, parent, and staff involvement while developing high expectations and achievement in a safe learning environment. We are ISD1.
Welcome back here to the Gobbler, KKIN AM 930, FM translator 103.1, as well as yourliveevent.com. For those also tuning into the audio stream, thanks again to tuning in to rjbroadcasting.com. Paul Vold, Jeremy Jansen here from the Cub Foods Brainerd and Baxter radio booth. Aiken Gobblers down 27-10 at the halftime break as well. Just hitting halftime as well over on our other broadcast here tonight. I believe that one is on Skeeter 101.5. Boys High School basketball, Crosby Ironton against Pillager at home. Well, that game, that's actually on Cash 95. Crosby Ironton leads 54-24 at halftime against Pillager in boys high school basketball as well. So that's one of the many scores that is rolling in. One of 5 broadcasts and 6 total on the night as well here for Homegrown Local Radio. Well, actually, yeah, because you throw in the Pine River Bacchus Pequot Lakes Road Crew match. That's on yourliveevent.com strictly as well. But, 6 different broadcasts tonight in total. 5 stations of Homegrown Local Radio being used as well. Jeremy, first half numbers we did mention, rebounding fairly even, just a slight advantage you want to give to Mesabi East, and you would think, especially with it being a 17-point lead, that rebounding margin would be a much stronger in favor of the Giants.
Yeah, the issue is our rebounds have come on the defensive side.
True.
Theirs have come on the offensive side, and we've gotten one shot and out, and where they're getting multiple looks after a rebound, and so with their height advantage, we really got to put bodies on people to be able to have the opportunity to get a board. We can't do it with our height, obviously.
Right. And yeah, that's definitely one thing that's going to have to be taken into account for, and especially as well, a couple of fouls to some key players. Jill Klein sat out much of that first half as well after getting those 2 early fouls. Eileen Cullum ended the first half with a foul. She's at 3 already. And then, you got Sarah Thompson with 2, and 6 different players with a foul already in this contest. And second half already coming up here, and the Gobblers need to be able to, again, create more opportunities on the offensive end and shut down Mesabi East on the defensive end, too.
And it hurts not having Ray here. She's a strong body underneath the hoop and can move some bodies, and so, but again, opportunity.
Absolutely. Not losing, you're learning. Is that right, Coach?
Yeah, correct.
Well, fresh 18 minutes on the Brando Motors of Aiken scoreboard as same starting 5 for both teams out on the floor to open up this second half. Gobblers work it right to left on your radio dials here on the Gobbler, as well as on your computer screens and mobile devices. 3-pointer to start off the second half is good for Abby Palm, as the Gobblers now trailing 27-13. Abby Palm with a 3 to open up this second half of basketball, with Cora Forsline on the left elbow. Now gets it back out to a teammate in Alexa Fossell. Back to Forsline at the free throw line. Turnaround shot short of the mark. Second chance as well. They are going to call. One official had one designation. One had another.
Oh, one called it a block, and the other one called it a push.
And it looks like the one that was on the backside of the play near midcourt is going to get the overrule.
Must have had a better look.
Apparently. Foul assessed to number 35, Camille Peranto. That'll be her first, as the front end of the 2 guaranteed free throws missed by Maya Hill at the free throw line. Second free throw from Hill is no good. Rebound down to Sophie Snyder. Another thing as well, Jeremy, this game could be much more wide open if Mesabi East is able to make their free throws here.
Yeah, I would say this, they're not a great shooting team.
Mm-hmm.
They use their height advantage underneath. That's where I score a lot of their buckets.
Maybe use the mental advantage, psychological, using the size of their advantage in multiple ways. The Gobblers try to work it back around. Jill Klein from the right wing back out to Sophie Snyder in the post. Her shot no good. Loose ball. It's going to be last touched by a Giant, and we'll go right back to the Aiken Gobblers. 16:54 to play here in this ball game. Gobblers down 14 at 27-13. Top of the key now for Jilly Klein. Klein had 2 early fouls. She sat out much of that first half. with out on the right wing now to Abby Palm, who has been a pretty decent go at it here in her first start of the season, as now a turnover by the Gobblers as it's poked out of the air by Camille Peranto and will reassess for Cora Forsline. Her pass tipped out of the air to Alexa Fussell. Fussell on the left side now gets it down to Lampa, who will dish it right back to Forsline from Fussell. Down low to Maya Hill, stolen away by Jansen. Ella Jansen with it across half court. Works it over to the left side for Jilly Klein. She'll underhand pass. Jill will dribble her way back to the top of the key to Ella Jansen. Jansen looks for a pass in the left corner now for Abby Palm. Fed inside to Rip Snyder. Snyder unable to come out with it clean. But Camille Peranto, the triple team against her along the baseline, and the jump ball and the tie-up will give it up to the Mesabi East Giants. Fresh 16 minutes, all 16 minutes play here in this second half. Only points in the second half, that opening three of these as the Gobblers.
Great hustle by Jill Klein, crashing into the scorer's table and everything.
Absolutely. Somebody make sure the scorer's table's okay after Jill Klein went in there sliding. Jill Klein not afraid to get down on both knees for the slide as well to keep the possession, as the shot from Forsline will go up off the window and in. 29-13, back up to a 16-point advantage. Left side now for Abby Palm. Palm will give it up to Ella Jansen. Jansen looks for a pass, and we'll call travel against Ella Jansen, apparently. And a turnover by the Gobblers.
She went from one hand to the other before she put it on the floor, and I think officials thought she took a step before that, so probably was.
That is the call made by one of our two officials here tonight, as Fussell fed pass inside, just inside the arc from Lampa. Her shot no good. Goes to Ella Jansen. Jansen across half court now on the right wing. Cross court pass to Abby Palm. Looking left side inside the arc again for Jill Klein. Klein dribbles her way back out to the top of the key, switching with Ella. Gets a screen from Camille. Kick pass to the right elbow, loose ball on the floor. It is going to be turned over. No, kept alive by Fussell. Fussell across half court. Works it from the right elbow, fed down low to for Hill, as it was looking for Forsline was Hill before Jansen came crashing in to break up the scoring opportunity. Foul on the floor. Ella Jansen with her second foul of the night. As we'll see Eiley Cullum checking in for Camille Peranto, and looks like Emma Jacobson wants to check in as well, which she will, with 14:39 to play here in this ball game. Stevie Hakala will inbound to the right of the basket. Right to Cora Forsline inside the three-point arc in the right corner. Dribbles down the right long baseline. Trying to get her way out of the corner. She'll get to the right wing. Cross-court pass to Fussell. Fussell from the left elbow. Floater in the lane. Off the back of the rim. Swishes around but does not flush. Will kick back out into the hands of Abby Palm. Palm will get up to Jilly Klein. Klein across the half-court line. Now over to Emma Jacobson. Now to Abby Palm in the left corner. Looking for Sophie Snyder. Tip pass out of the air by Hakala. Loose ball in the lane, and Fussell will come out with it unscathed.
12th turnover for the Gobblers tonight.
Gobblers did have unofficially 22 turnovers in their last game against Malacca in the Quarterback Club Holiday Tournament. Foul called against the Gobblers. That one's going to go against, I believe, Sophie Snyder. That'll be her second.
Kind of a frustration foul, it looked like.
29-13 remains our score. 13:53 to play here on the Gobbler. And YourLiveEvent.com. Inbound to Fussell. Right back out to Forsline off the baseline for a three. No good. And
good
rebound. Good box out on the rebound now to Abby Palm as Joe Klein called for a charge. Third foul for Jill. 13:43 to go. So that'll bring back in Ella Jansen.
It was a pretty quick set of the feet there. I don't necessarily agree with that one. I mean, she did hit her hard, but you got to be set before that.
Looks like we found that mystery foul we couldn't account for. That's Jill's fourth foul, actually.
Aha.
So there we go. We're missing one foul on both of our scorebooks as the shot from Cora Forsline is good. 31-13, Gobblers do trail. So an 18-point lead for the Mesabi East Giants. Try to win this battle here on the floor and then try to win it back out on the road as well. As a turnover by the Gobblers, stoned by Fussell. Floater in the left side, no good. Second opportunity from Forsline on the rebound, and the putback is in. A 20-point lead at 33-13. Abby Palm with it on the right side. Looks to get rid of the pass, which she will, to Emma Jacobson. Jacobson dribbles her way back out. Now in front of her own bench. A pass to Abby Palm. Palm dribbles her way back towards the middle of the floor. Looks for that pass to Sophie Snyder, 2 feet, and up off the glass and in. Sophie Snyder with 2 more points. 33-15, and that is what our scoreboard does say. Our Brando Motors of Aiken scoreboard. Gianna Lay, who checked in during that last stoppage, gets it to Cora Forsline. Back out to Maya Hill at the free throw line. Jumper just outside of the paint. Forsline with a shot and opportunity, I should say, on the rebound. And she is fouled as that initial shot triggered by number 13 and Ellie Thiel.
Sophie's third tonight.
Sophie Snyder, third foul to go along with 4 points on the evening. 33-15 with 12:14 to go. Cora Forsline's first shot is no good. Camille Peranto checks in for Eiley Cullum, and we'll see number 3 and Gianna Lay actually just moving over. It looks like Marta Forsline back into the contest, I think. Was that number 15? Actually, that's number 15 checking in. And Sam Doherty checked in. Let's Cora Forsline back out for the Giants, and right on cue, Marta Forsline checks right back in. 34-15, Gobblers trail with 12:06 to go here in this contest. As ball leaves the gymnasium. And right back in, along with Ella Jansen in the process. Better that way, ball going out, than the other doors as well.
Yeah, correct. It'd be a little cold.
It would be a little bit cold, as right off the inbound, Camille Peranto lays it up off the window, cuts the deficit in half. Now it's a 17-point lead for Mesabi East, 34-17. Fussell. Gianna Lay thought about the 3, gets it to Marta Forsline, left elbow, right back out to Lay. Jumper just inside the arc, no good. Rebound down to Sophie Snyder. 11:40 to go. Abby Palm across half court. Dribbles towards the right side now, gets a screen from Camille Peranto. Kick down low. Snyder up off the window, can't get the shot to go. Doherty will get a rebound for Mesabi East, and a foul called against. I believe this one will go against Aiken.
That's against Ella, her third.
3 fouls for Ella Jansen to go along. 3 points on the night. Had that game-tying 3 to hit it at 3-3 in that first half. Ella's been quiet since then. 34-17, 11:22 to go here in this contest. Fussell on the left wing. Back up top to Doherty. Doherty. Left corner, 3 on the way from Fussell off the side of the rim, no good. Marta Forsline with a rebound, but coming out with it is Ella Jansen, and foul assessed on the floor. Gianna Lay for the Giants of Mesabi East. Again, we were talking about how Mesabi East has to hold on to this one, but their night just getting started for them as well.
Right.
Fortunately, inclement weather. And the further north you go, the further worse it gets as well. We're only expecting, I saw initial indications, 3 to 4 maybe. Further north and east you go, they're talking even double digits in northwestern Wisconsin right now.
Correct.
Doesn't get much easier for them as a foul called against Sam Doherty for the Mesabi East Giants. As we'll see, was Sophie Snyder knocking down the front end to 2. Free throws, 34-18 with 10:55 to play as Ellie Thiel checks out. Second free throw from Snyder is up and no good. A rebound down to Marta Forsline for the Giants. 10:51 to go here in this ball game. Gobblers down 16. Left side, Fussell. Back out, up top. 3 on the way from Doherty off the side of the rim, no good. Long rebound picked up by number 1 and Emily Byer, who checked in during that last stoppage, to Fussell. Fed inside to Forsline. Loose ball.
Nice job, Sophie, to reject that interior pass.
Byer going to shoot a deep 2, no good for her. Had the foot on the line, but a rebound down to Emma Jacobson. And we're going to get a foul called. This one's going to be against
Lay, I think, her third.
Gianna Lay will be called for a foul, even though she was on the other side of the court where the foul occurred.
Yeah, right.
I believe that one will go against Emily Byer, but it's going to go against Gianna Lay. That's what it says on the scoreboard, and that's what PA announcer Dave Sadlowski announced as well, and that's what our officials said. So, till everybody changes their minds, so that's what we're going to put down as well. 34-18 with 10:16 to go. Gobblers looking to continue something offensively. Camille Peranto.
Just a little tardy on that pass. Ella gets it to Camille just a little bit sooner. It's an easy bucket.
10:08 to go here in this second half of basketball. Jansen will inbound to the right of the basket. Gets it right to Abby Palm in the right corner. Draws right along that right baseline. Back out to Sophie Snyder. Thought about the 3. She holds up to Abby Palm once again. Driving right baseline. Loses the handle. Regains it. Just puts it right into the belly of Camille Peranto up off the window. Can't get it to go as it's rebounded into the hands of Cora Forsline.
Forsline. 9th board today.
Cross-court pass to Alexa Fussell. Back up top to Doherty. Doherty looks for a pass to Forsline. She'll get it right to the right elbow. Back out to Emily Byer. And it's stolen away by Jansen. Turnover by the Giants. Jansen, left hand, over to the right on the putback. And the Gobblers get 2 more from Abby Palm, and a timeout taken by the Gobblers or Riverwood Healthcare Center. Timeout. 9:28 to go here, and a timeout taken on the floor. We'll take it with them as well as the Aiken Gobblers. Now down 14, 34-20 here on the Gobbler, as well as yourliveevent.com.
At Brandel Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC, their team works together to provide you with the ultimate Buick, GMC, and Chevrolet shopping experience. Browse the lot at BrandelGM.com. They're there to exceed your expectations, deliver the best service possible, and make car shopping fun again. Browse the lot at BrandelGM.com. When looking for your next new or used vehicle, shop Brandel Chevrolet, Buick, GMC in Aiken. Our reputation rides with you. BrandelGM.com.
At R&J Broadcast.
Right now here on the Gobbler, KKIN, AM 930, FM translator 103.1, and yourliveevent.com. Gobblers high school basketball trailing 34-20 here on the Gobbler and yourliveevent.com. A 7-1 run here in favor of the Gobblers. They're making a go of it here in this second half after being down 20 points. They're now down currently 14 right now. Quick math off the top of my head. I think I'm right on that
I
one.
think you're good.
Paul Vold joined alongside Jeremy Jansen here from the Cub Foods Brainerd Baxter radio booth here inside Aiken Gymnasium. Gobblers defending on the far side of the court here. Decora Forsline, who's been held in check much of the second half, up off the window. Well, right on cue, she proves me wrong.
She's got 9 here in the second half.
9 of her 15 points coming here in the second half. For Cora Forsline and the Mesabi East Giants, Camille Peranto. Back to Abby Palm. She'll go back to the top of the circle left side for Ella Jansen. Going to fire off a 3. Could use one. Banks it hard, but it goes off, and it will kick back out. And last touching it was Sophie Snyder, and the Gobblers will give it back up. We know we're getting into crunch time of the second half when you see the kids from the concession stand come out with the extra popcorn.
Extra popcorn.
And that's when you know things start to get real now for the Gobblers with 8:40 to play here in this ball game. On the right wing now for Forsline as she's in the paint, draws a triple team, but Maya Hill comes out with a loose ball. Stretch pass. Now back up to Doherty. From left elbow, takes a step, fires a shot, does Forsline no good. Emma Jacobson with the rebound. Stretch pass in the right corner now for Jill Klein. Jansen, step back jumper at the free throw circle, hits 3-4 times, doesn't go in. Rebound down to Jill Klein as she flies midair and takes a foul.
Defensive rebound there for Emma Jacobson, her 4th on the night. Emma's been active.
A couple players flying around here in this second half. 8:08 to play. Gobblers down 36-20. Foul assist to Sam Doherty, her second. Jansen inbounds the left side to Eiley Cullum. Her shot is going to be called a charge against Eiley Cullum, it looks like. Well, that's going to be Eiley's 4th foul of the night. Quick out-of-town scoreboard update as well. After one period, Northern Lakes Lightning girls are down 1-0 at River Lakes. Thanks to our sports director, Devin Kruger, who is on the call for the Northern Lakes boys hockey game over at Breezy Point. Long shot, no good from the Mesabi East Giants as Fussell can't come out with the rebound clean. It's turned over as Joe Klein will get 2 free throws coming up. As we will get those 2 free throws. Foul called against Doherty. 3rd foul of the night for Sam Doherty, the 5'5" junior for the Giants. Joe Klein's first 2 free throws are good. Down 15 now at 36-21. Jacobson out, brings back in Sarah Thompson. First time here in the second half, we'll see Sarah Thompson with 7:43 to play. Second free throw from Klein is good. 36-22. Doherty will take the inbound across half court as we will get a defensive sighting as the Maya Hill will throw up a shot, gets her own rebound after the miss. Loose ball on the floor. Jill Klein tries to hold on to it, but it comes in the hands now of Klein after being initially given to her by Sophie Snyder. Klein with the handle of the basketball for the Gobblers. Dribbles from the right hand to left. Kicks it back out to Sophie Snyder. Outside the paint, now inside. Loses it. Turned over as it was Fussell who hit the deck, but now coming out with it is the Mesabi East Giants. Cross-court pass back over to Sam Doherty. Maya Hill inside, just outside the paint, and almost taken away cleanly. Last touch by number 20, Allie Lampa.
Yeah, they're giving Aiken an opportunity to get back in this. We just got to cash in on the other end.
Down 14, 36-22, 6:53. A lot of basketball left here in this contest. We've got stuff flying everywhere here on this side of the grandstand.
That was a shoe, I think.
We got shoes flying. Who throws a shoe, honestly?
Yeah.
Jill Klein with the handle of the basketball out on the right wing, and we get a foul called underneath the basket. This one might be against, judging by the demeanor of a Gobbler, and Ella Jansen. It'll be her 4th. Had somebody trip trying to get up the grandstand a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
We
got
got
an active audience tonight.
a very active audience, a very quietly active audience, but when they make their presence felt, it is known. Sophie Snyder checks out as well for a spell. Camille Pronto's back into the game. And Ella, with her 4th, stays in as well. Feed pass. Left elbow, fours line, triple team against her, down low. Loose ball, last touch by Jansen as it goes out of bounds off her foot. And will stay with the Mesabi East Giants. 6:25 to go. Inbound, taken away by Jansen. Across half court, working it to the left side now. Jansen back out to Sarah Thompson. Thompson at the free throw line, tries to find a pass. Taken by Cullum as we'll dribble it back out to reset with Eiley Cullum to Thompson. Now back to Jill Klein at the top of the circle, works it left side back to Sarah Thompson. Left wing, left corner now, 3 from Ella Jansen. Rattles around, no good. Long rebound. It's Jill Klein who dribbles in the left corner. Thought about the 3, drives inside now to Camille Pronto, back out to Eiley Cullum. Looks to get the pass back out along the perimeter. She will to Ella Jansen. Underneath the basket, up and under. Shot is good for Ella Jansen. Big bucket needed by the Gobblers. They now trail by 12, 36-24 with 5.5 to go.
Ella needs to put the ball on the floor a little bit more and go to the hoop. Get a little confidence back, too.
Forsline dishes it back out. Now back inside Maya Hill. Second, third chance, no good. Sarah Thompson with a rebound. Thompson across half court to Jill Klein. Klein at the top of the circle now with Aiken trailing by 12 with 5 to go. Klein looks to drive along that baseline into the right corner, loses the handle back out to Sarah Thompson. Thompson back up to Klein as well. Dribbles her way back out to Sarah Thompson again on the left wing, left corner. Thought about it. Jansen decides to hang on to it to Paranto. Back out. Klein for a three. No good. Rebound is loose. Who comes out with it? It's Camille Paranto to Sarah Thompson. A foul called and stepping along the baseline and the sideline was, it looked like, a gobbler in Sarah Thompson. A turnover by Aiken. One of our eagle-eyed officials had the view the whole way and saying that the gobbler stepped out of bounds with the basketball.
I think what he probably did is miss the baseline, step out of bounds, and had to call it on the sideline. I thought Camille was out on the baseline, but
4:40 to play. Gobblers down by 12, 36-24. Inside and back out. Forsline for a three. Cora for a three and hits it. 39-24. As we come back the other way. For the Gobblers. Three went 3/4 the way down, but went back out from Ella Jansen and a rebound down to Maya Hill.
That's Ella's third or fourth, I think, that were halfway down. And
my goodness.
Come out.
To Cora Forsline up with the right hand. Awkward shot as Ella Jansen comes down with a board for the Gobblers with 4 minutes to play. Jansen dishes it out. Right corner for Jill Klein. Just inside the free throw. Shump is good for
Eiley Cullum.
Eiley Cullum, yes.
First 2 points of the night. Nice job, Eiley.
39-26. Gobblers trailed by as low here as 12 here thus far in a recent set of events. Second shot opportunity for Maya Hill is good after the miss. Initial gets her own rebound. 41-26 with 3.5 to play. Left side for Jill Klein. Klein will keep it herself. Now back to Eiley Cullum at the top of the circle. Right side now. Look for that skip pass now to Abby Palm. Palm with the right hand. It can't get it to go. It'll be Ella Jansen this time to fall for her. 13-point deficit, 41-28. Fussell stolen away this time by Ella Jansen. Jansen, and it'll be a block called against Alexa Fussell. And that'll be the 5th foul right now as it stands here on the scoreboard. But Fussell with her second. Ella Jansen a little shaken up.
Got the wind knocked out of her,
I was
maybe?
going to say probably fell on the basketball. Got the wind knocked out of her. As it will be a foul. No continuation. Jacobson and Snyder back in, checking for Cullum and also for Jansen. Ella will walk it off, hopefully.
That foul was on who?
I believe it was number 2, Alexa Fussell. Inbound right to Paranto, stolen away. And speak of the devil, it is Alexa Fussell. That will be her second foul for Fussell. And a turnover by the Gobblers with under 3 to play. 41-28, high off the backboard, and Forsline
She's done most of the scoring this second half.
20 points in total. Probably what now, about 14, 15 here in the second half for her?
She's got 16.
16 in the second half alone as the Gobblers try to muster everything they can here in the last 2.5. Back out, Jill Klein for a deep three, no good. Long rebound to Sophie Snyder in the left corner, drives along that left baseline. Floater outside the paint, gets the bank to go off the side of the rim for Sophie Snyder.
Sophie's having a nice night, 6 points, 7 boards.
Nice performance for Sophie, absolutely for sure. Back out. Tennyson's going to fire a three, no good. Long rebound down to Jill Klein. Klein will reach it out from the right elbow. Goes into that right corner, fight for it. Coming out with it is a Gobbler in Abby Palm. Palm to Emma Jacobson at the top of the key. Now we'll go and look for a pass to Abby Palm. She'll get it out on the left side. Now back out to Jacobson in the lane. and goes left side, Jill Klein. Klein hesitates, steps back in. Now for Sophie Snyder. Loose ball on the floor in the paint. Looks for somewhere to go with it, and we'll get the jump ball in the tie-up. Gobblers will keep it with 95 seconds remaining here in the ball game. Stoppage here on the floor. Timeout on the floor. Timeout by the Aiken Gobblers and Coach Mike Ream for Aiken. We'll take a quick timeout as well. Gobblers trail with 95 seconds to go, 43-30 here on the Gobbler and YourLiveEvent.com.
We inspire to provide the best in local sports coverage for our area teams. Listen to our Wake the Lakes morning show for local news, weather, and sports every weekday morning from 6 to 9. If you're enjoying the video coverage of the Aiken Gobblers, thank the sponsoring businesses UC Advertising. They make it possible. If you're a business owner and want to reach our viewers and listeners, go to YourLiveEvent.com and click Advertise to get in contact. That's YourLiveEvent.com.
Since 1974.
43-30 our score here on the Gobbler, KKIN and YourLiveEvent.com. Gobblers trailing the Mesabi East Giants here on Homegrown Local Radio. Another quick out-of-town scoreboard update after 2 periods on Talk 100 KLKS. Northern Lakes Lightning boys are up 4-3 against Pine City. And game over on Talk 100 KLKS. And also, again, at rjbroadcasting.com. 95 seconds remaining. Gobblers down 13 against the Mesabi East Giants. Gobblers will hit the road here for their next contest on Thursday, and so will Mesabi East, but they got a little bit of a longer break as Joe Klein back out to Abby Palma, who's going to fire a 3 off the back of the rim. No good. Long rebound still kept alive by the Gobblers, and Emma Jacobson had the loose rebound. And back out to Palm once again, the left wing. Drives inside, stripped away by Fussell, but it's going to be Snyder who comes out with it, and a foul called as Snyder had the handle. And this one will go against Mesabi East. I believe that'll be against Alexa Fussell.
Gobblers at the line and a 1-on-1 with Sophie.
Sophie Snyder back at the free throw line. That's actually going to be Ashley Tennyson. Assessed her first foul of the night, team 7th of the half. Sophie Snyder. Front end of the 1-and-1, no good. Long rebound down to Sophie's hands. Minute 14 to go, counting downward here in the ball game. 43-30 remains the score. Abby Palm back up top now. Looking to Emma Jacobson to Jill Klein, fed inside to Snyder. Snyder draws a double team with right-hand shot, and she will be fouled. 2 more free throws coming up. She'll get the 2 guaranteed this time for Sophie. 59.6 seconds to go. Sophie Snyder, and this will also be number 43, Catherine Larson, her first foul of the night.
She missed the front end there. Second shot coming.
Another opportunity this time for Sophie Snyder. Her second is good. 43-31. Under a minute to go. Cora Forsline across half court now back to Alexa Fussell. Fussell will drive. Her shot missed. Last touch by an Aiken Gobbler. Would have been in the area of Eiley Cullum. And the Gobblers will have to defend. 47.3 seconds go. Ella Jansen back in, and Camille Peranto as well as Sophie Snyder and Emma Jacobson's nights most likely done. Inbound to Alexa Fussell on the right wing after the inbound pass, triggered by Cora Forsline. Forsline with it at the top of the right side of the free throw circle with 38 seconds to go. Forsline will go left elbow, and a foul call down the floor. 43-31, foul called against Eiley Cullum, and unfortunately that's her 5th. And that will end her night prematurely for Eiley. 33.7 seconds ago, Eiley's night finished, 5 fouls. 33.7 seconds ago, Cora Forsline, 1-and-1. Front end of the 1-and-1 from Forsline is good. 44-31. Second free throw from Forsline is good, with now 22 points for her, 45-31. Cora Forsline will head to the bench and will most likely finish her night there as well. 30 seconds ago, Gobblers will fall in this one tonight and hit the road, looking to get back in the win column as well. That'll be on the road on Thursday as a travel called against the Gobblers. I believe this one against Sarah Thompson, but 20 seconds ago. 20 more seconds to run out here on the ball game tonight. Fortunately for Aiken, as it'll be if Fussell will bring it across half court. Almost a carry by her, by Fussell. With 5 seconds to go, Gobblers will fall to 5-5 on the season. While the Mesabi East Giants, as a turnover at midcourt, will end the ball game. 45-31, our final score. Mesabi East now a 5-game win streak and 7-2 on the season. Take a break. Post-game show coming up here tonight. Hopefully catch word from Coach Mike Ream if he remembers to join us here tonight as well. Yes. And much more still on the way. Gobblers fall here tonight from Aiken High School against Mesabi East. And that's all coming up here on the Gobbler, as well as YourLiveEvent.com. Stick around.
It's been a family tradition since 1938, purchasing a new Ford or pre-owned vehicle at Aiken Motors. Another tradition that Aiken Motors is proud of is supporting extracurricular activities for area students. Need an oil change or vehicle repair? Schedule an appointment with the Aiken Motors Service Department. Tires? Check out the low price tire guarantee. Aiken Motors, family owned and operated, serving the area for over 84 years. For hours, appointments, and vehicle inventory, visit AikenMotorsCO.com.
Welcome to Aitken Schools. Keep informed with district news and information for parents, families, students, and staff with your visit to the Aitken School website at home.isd1.org. Our mission at Aitken Schools is to empower students to be lifelong learners and citizens by maximizing community, parent, and staff involvement while developing high expectations and achievement in a safe learning environment. We are ISD1.
At Brandel Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC, their team works together to provide you with the ultimate Buick, GMC, and Chevrolet shopping experience. Browse the lot at BrandelGM.com. They're there to exceed your expectations, deliver the best service possible, and make car shopping fun again. Browse the lot at BrandelGM.com. When looking for your next new or used vehicle, shop Brandel Chevrolet, Buick, GMC in Aiken. Our reputation rides with you. BrandelGM.com.
From all of us at Enbridge, thank you.
Thank you.
Miigwech, and thank you for working on Line 3 replacement.
Thank you to everyone who supported this project.
Construction is complete on a new and safer pipeline that will deliver the North American energy that we all rely on every day. And it's done thanks to the support and hard work of thousands of people. I'm grateful for every single voice of support and every hour of labor put into this project. Thank you.
Welcome back here to the Gobbler, KKIN, AM 930, FM translator 103.1. Tuning into the audio stream at Your Live Event, I should say at rjbroadcasting.com, the video stream at yourliveevent.com as well. Aiken Gobblers fall here tonight by the score 45-31 against the Mesabi East Giants here this evening. Get a look here at out-of-town scoreboard before we talk more about our contest here tonight. Paul Volt joined alongside with Jeremy Jansen. Couple out-of-town scoreboard updates. Final score, Gopher men's basketball falls to the likes of Illinois, 76-53 on 3WI, AM 1270, and 96.3 FM as well. As a couple of high school kids bringing in looks like a giant icicle from outside.
Look at it.
That thing's huge. It's almost as big as Cora Forsline. It's a big one. 6'2", probably.
We could have a measuring contest.
I should say probably one of our big deal player of the games could probably bring that home as well for that trip back to Mesabi East. But again, final score as well over on Skeeter 101.5. Pequot Lakes defeats Crosby Ironton girls basketball. That one being 63-41 on Skeeter 101.5. But our score here tonight, 45-31. Aiken Gobblers do fall here against the likes of the Mesabi East Giants. And again, it was numbers-wise pretty fairly even first half, except for the fact that it was a 17-point lead for Mesabi East, Jeremy. And again, some of those, we're talking about rebounding. It was 19-14 at halftime, but offensive rebounds compared to defensive made the biggest difference.
It did, and the easy putbacks. Again, we just were outmatched in height. If we could have got a few more rebounds using our bodies, I think we'd have been better. But the girls fought back. The best part is in that second half, we really used the low post. We had some nice moves by our low post, and getting to the basket. And we're going to have to do more of that, getting to the basket, instead of settling for a long-range shot. And so put the ball on the floor. You create 2-on-1s down low and some easy buckets. So if we continue to work there, we're going to get better, and things will look up.
Yeah,
Mesabi's a nice team. They beat Crosby in overtime and beat a Cloquet team as you led into here. So they're no slouch. So, but I think we play a good game, and you have your full squad back. I think you're right there with this team.
Yeah, I think so as well, especially a little bit of a run there that the Gobblers had in that second half in the last few minutes too. But again, I think some of those early foul troubles and then also coupled with those missed opportunities on the offensive end, obviously did not work to the Gobblers' favor in that one. But again, still, missing the likes of Ray Nyberg tonight and maybe having Emma Skye come off the bench or maybe even in that starting role too does help out in the grand scheme of everything. But Sophie Snyder tonight as well did have a really good game tonight for Aiken.
She did, and I watched her working in the warm-ups, just her low post moves. She really focused. She didn't take a shot outside the block or free throw line. And she really is working hard, and she's getting better every game. And 8 points, 8 boards tonight for Sophie, so she had a nice night.
Hustling on over here this time because he remembered this time. Head coach for Aiken Gobblers, Mike Green, will join us here momentarily. But also another thing I want to talk about, too, before we take our next break here, Jeremy, talking about with Abby Palm getting a starting nod tonight as well. We've seen her come off the bench a few times here this season, but also this time getting the starting chance. And she was, flying around everywhere, pretty much the same way that Jill Klein does, too. Always has a nose for the ball wherever it's going to be on both ends.
She does, and you wouldn't know she's a freshman in the sense of how she plays. She's got a lot of confidence, works hard out there, had 6 boards, 5 points tonight, and so it does a nice job of seeing the court and is always hustling, so it's fun to watch Abby play.
Absolutely. We'll take a break here. We still got to name our big deal player of the game, our Enbridge I Bring the Energy player of the game. We'll have our conversation coach Mike Ream still coming up here tonight on the post-game show. Gobblers fall 45-31 here on the Gobbler tonight, as well as YourLiveEvent.com. Much more coming up here with the post-game show here tonight.
This is Jim Berkemeyer, owner of R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. Together with Bernie, we're inviting you to join us on a tour of Victoria, Vancouver, and the Canadian Rockies, July 14th through 23rd. On this tour, we'll visit historic Victoria, tour the breathtaking Butchart Gardens, and experience the stunning scenery of the Canadian Rockies via rails train. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword RJ. Learn more about this tour and watch the travel show, or call 888-557-1020 for a free brochure. Remember the keyword RJ.
Welcome to Aitkin Schools. Keep informed with district news and information for parents, families, students, and staff with your visit to the Aitkin School website at home.isd1.org. Our mission at Aitkin Schools is to empower students to be lifelong learners and citizens by maximizing community, parent, and staff involvement while developing high expectations and achievement in a safe learning environment. We are ISD1.
Welcome back here to the Gobbler, KKIN, AM 930, FM translator 103.1, and YourLiveEvent.com is now joined here on the post-game show. Head coach for Aiken Gobblers tonight, Coach Mike Ream, joins us here on the post-game show. Coach, tonight, even with the shorthanded lineup that you had as well, your team able to, be able to put together a performance tonight against a taller Mesabi East team. What did you think about this contest tonight for your Gobblers?
Well, it's a tale of two halves. The first half, they outscored us. I'm not sure what the score was at the half, about 27-10. Is that
correct? Yep.
17. Yep.
Okay, and we just didn't compete well enough physically. Didn't box them out and weren't getting any calls. Nothing, And So, got a little down. Some of the players were down. And at the half, we drew the line and just said, that's it. Here's what you got to do. You got to box out harder. You got to shoot with confidence. You got to set better picks. Just the physical part of the game. And those physical parts are due to mental weakness. And our girls are getting stronger. But we just got to overcome so much of that. They don't got to learn how to deal with adversity. And we did in the second half. On a positive note, we beat them by 3 points in the second half. We rebounded better. We got more loose balls. We boxed out on the weak side, sealed better on our long shots. Just tougher inside. Got some foul calls. Made a big difference. So
absolutely,
we made mention at the first half break is their rebounds came on the offensive side. It was relatively even. They out-rebounded us by 5 in the first half, but you wouldn't have known that and the Spence. But their second and third chance opportunities on the offensive side was the difference, where our rebounds came on the defensive side, and we one shot and we were back down the court. So.
Yeah, just think, we lost by 14 points, and how many points did they get on the second chance?
Correct.
Exactly.
Correct. Yep. Correct.
And as many free throws they missed too. They probably missed as many free throws in that. And
they went to the line an awful lot.
Yep.
To your point of the officials, they were to the line many times. So.
But Coach also talking too about this game as well. A couple changes starting lineup. Obviously, no Ray Nyberg tonight. You do throw in Abby Palm to start, and then Sophie Snyder getting a start as well here. And obviously we've seen both of them come off the bench, play in some spot starts as well as the season's moved along. Getting Abby involved as a freshman, then Sophie getting a lot more minutes in the post too, really has to benefit, especially not only for their play at this season as well, but going forward too with this program.
Yeah, Ray is going to be gone for at least 2 games. So I'm really short on posts. They all got injured, basically, the couple that I had. So we made Eiley into a post. And so she didn't start. I wanted her to be in that post three-person rotation. And Abby was the logical choice. She's done a great job for us. She deserves to start. And we'll see what happens. I'm going to reevaluate after this week. But I think, I'm just trying to piece some things together as we get players back.
Right.
It'd be great to have a full team someday.
It certainly would, too.
I made mention before you came up, Coach, I watched Sophie in the warm-ups. She just worked on post move, fake up and under, and the little things in warm-ups. And she had a nice night tonight, 8 points, 8 boards, and really I thought did a nice job down on the post and fought hard down there. And so it's fun to see her grow each game and get better. And now you've got Toronto's played well, and she's a smart player and working hard. And so you get 3 posts that are active down there, and it'll be fun to see this season go on.
Yeah, it is. I talked with Paul a couple of games ago about perspective, and the perspective is big. The big picture is, we got to keep these kids together, got to keep attitudes right when we have a bad half or a bad game, and know that the future is good. We've got some nice young players.
We do.
Some hurt players that are. That I'm looking forward to having.
Yep. Some good. There's a lot of upside to this team, and this is a team that's probably the top half of the section in Wasabi East, who beat Crosby in overtime, beat Cloquet the other night, and off the air we just talked about we're everybody healthy and back. I think we beat this team. We're a good basketball program, and we're strong and physical.
They got a great coach there. He's been around, been to state tournaments.
Yep.
But we did a fine job in the second half. And we just got to develop consistency in a young squad.
Well, you hit the road on Thursday against East Central as well before coming back home next week too, Coach. So a couple things to look at here from this game, and hopefully more positives as the week moves along too.
I guarantee East Central doesn't have 4 players over 6 foot.
We certainly hope so with that too.
I know, I've seen them.
Okay, I think I've seen them too a little bit, doing some research for some other games. Coach, we certainly do appreciate you for coming on the post-game show. We'll talk to you as well.
Always a pleasure. Thank you.
Coach Mike Green for the Aiken Gobblers joins us here on the post-game show. Gobblers fall by the score of 45-31 here with the post-game show. I guess now we could probably take a look here at our big deal player of the game as well as our Enbridge I Bring the Energy player of the game. I think maybe we could probably start off with our Enbridge Energy player of the game. Enbridge thanks you for supporting the Line 3 replacement project. Construction is complete on a new and safer pipeline that will deliver the North American energy that we all rely on every day. It was done thanks to the support and hard work of thousands of people. Thank you from Enbridge. I think maybe one person we could probably throw out there is our Enbridge Energy player of the game. Sophie Snyder tonight, I think, was definitely locking up our Enbridge player of the game as well.
She did a nice job, very nice job tonight, Sophie, and you know, to your point, starting and had a nice game. She was physical, rebounded the ball, had 8 points, 8 boards, and real close to a double-double for Sophie.
Yeah, and of course, the Gobblers do fall to 5-5 on the season. Our big deal player of the game tonight, brought to you by the folks here of all of our wonderful sponsors that sponsor a big deal player of the game: Brandel Motors of Aiken, Riverwood Healthcare, Willie's Marina McGregor, Pizza Ranch in Baxter and Little Falls, Whipler Precast in Pine River, W.W. Thompson Concrete Products Brainerd, and BigDealAuctions.com. I think we'll probably have to throw it out here to Cora Forsline for the Mesabi East Giants. And well, unfortunately for us, thankfully for Mesabi East, they went in the locker room, got right on the bus as well. They've got
a
quite
long road ahead of them tonight.
Unfortunately as well, with the weather not being good for anybody in any stretch of the imagination. So we'll have to find a way to get Cora Forsline a big deal T-shirt and a Pizza Ranch certificate to her as well, our big deal player of the game as well. So the Gobblers fall to 5-5 on the season. Again, Thursday they're at East Central. Mesabi East 7-2 now, 5 straight wins for them. They're on the road Monday at Chisholm as well for the Mesabi East Giants. Get another look here, out-of-town scoreboard. Nothing other than the scores that we already mentioned. We'll keep you up to date on score schedules, broadcast times, and much more by going to our website. What'd you got?
Did you mention the Gophers? They lost by 20 to Illinois.
Correct.
Yeah,
Got
okay.
that final score as well on 3WI AM 1270 and FM Translator 96.3. So we'll be having more Gopher basketball probably this weekend as well with the Gophers. Of course, we'll have Golden Gopher Men's Basketball Weekly with Coach Ben Johnson tomorrow night on Cash 95. 6 o'clock is the start for that broadcast as well. Speaking of upcoming broadcasts, Thursday, the Lumberjacks come to town with the Cloquet Lumberjacks taking on your Aiken Gobblers. The boys game Thursday right here from Aiken High School. We'll have that game for you on the Gobbler as well as yourliveevent.com as well. So we'll have that broadcast and much more. We'll keep you up to date. Broadcast schedules, time, scores, and much more at rjbroadcasting.com. Gobblers fall by the score of 45-31 here on the Gobbler and yourliveevent.com. Big thank you to everybody for tuning in to tonight's broadcast, and a big thank you as well to Activities Director Alex White for allowing us to broadcast, and Jeremy Jansen for doing book, color commentary, and Coach Mike Ream as well for coming up here and joining on the post-game show. Big thank you to everybody for tuning in to tonight's broadcast. And if you heard some of our sponsors, whether on the video stream, the audio stream, or the radio as well, be sure to thank our sponsors with your patronage and always shop local. Gobblers fall tonight, 45-31 here on the Gobbler and yourliveevent.com. We'll be back Thursday night here with the Aiken Gobbler boys taking on Cloquet. Scheduled for about 6:55 pregame or so here on the Gobbler and yourliveevent.com. This has been a proud presentation of R&J Broadcasting Incorporated here in the Brainerd Lakes area, as well as your home for Aiken Gobbler High School sports throughout the entire season as well. Here on the Gobbler, KKIN, AM 930, FM Translator 103.1, and yourliveevent.com. For Jeremy Jansen, this is Paul Vold signing off from Aiken High School here on the Gobbler and yourliveevent.com. Everybody have a wonderful rest of your Tuesday night, and we'll talk to you Thursday night.
This has been a